Alright, welcome to Old World Gaming. Currently in the middle of painting Grinkrak, the first Warboss for my Night Goblin army. And today I'm going to be painting his armour. I'm going to go for yellow. I've done that on this guy, the champion in the Spearman unit, and I like how the yellow came out, but I'm having second thoughts. No, I'm going to try a slightly different approach, but that did come out really nice. Who knows? We'll see whether I regret it or not. So with that one, I went up from brown, so that's Rhinox Hide, Mornfang brown to yellow, whatever yellow that is, Everland Sunset, which is kind of giving it that soft colour. He's got quite muted colours on him, so I'm going to go up from black, mix the black and yellow together and go up, mixing some white in. So that's the plan anyway, and we'll have to see how it goes. Now, I did notice that I forgot to paint his ears in the last episode, so I quickly did them a minute ago. I've also washed my palette, so I've got a nice clean palette. Apart from these bits, I just did a little bit of purple on them as well. I missed this shoulder here, this bit in there. So I just added the tiniest little bit of purple. You wouldn't even know I've done anything really. All right, so let's get going. Let's get some yellow. Let me give that a shake actually. Nice and looping everywhere. Put that in there. Now I'll get a little bit of black to go with it. Don't need too much black. A bit of my brush coming off. Okay, that probably is too much black, so we'll just separate some out, mix it in. Okay, so I'm going to do a first base layer. You know what, it'll be alright. Just to give it kind of a foundational layer, which is the deepest, darkest shading of this yellow. So there we go, it's quite a grey looking yellow. I do want it quite watered down, but I also don't want it to take ages to dry for the purposes of video. Oh well. So there we are. It's kind of a bit greeny now. Right, well let's do it. So start with his face. Yeah, I probably did put too much water in this. I don't know if I made it dark enough either for this first layer. Maybe that's kind of a mid-tone layer. Do I make it a bit darker? Maybe we'll make it a bit darker and a little bit thicker because that's quite thin, that paint. I don't know, maybe it'll be alright. I'm in an iron now. What I really don't want, here's what's kind of given me the thinkings, is this really dark line in his hood. I do want a dark line in his hood, but that's such a contrast there, it just looks a bit cartoony, and I don't quite want it to be like that. So let's just get a bit more paint. Some black and some more yellow, and we should have enough water on here. So I've got enough black in. No, it's almost the same colour. Let's go since a bit more black. And the irony is I'm basically going to paint over all of this, so it's going to be like almost none of this showing through anyway after I've done it. But it'll give me a bit of peace of mind. Here we go. It's more kind of the right colour. I'm just going to try and smooth it all back together because I really spread it right out. Don't know if that's actually doing anything. I feel like I got it somewhat back together. Okay, there we go. Right, it's way too much of a brush. Okay, so yeah, this is a fair bit darker than the last colour. I feel like I want to go into most of that recess. Okay, and is it wet enough? Maybe it's fine. Maybe I'll worry too much. Probably do worry too much. Okay. Yeah, I think this is gonna be alright. Okay, I'm quite happy with this as a starting tone, I think. Yeah, so like I say, the fur on the other one, this first layer would have been Rhinox hide, and even then, probably would have been Morn Fang as the base, the real kind of layer that stayed. The Rhinox would have just been a kind of intermediary layer just to take the edge off the black before putting the base coat on. Right, so that's his first layer on his face, almost done. I think I need to do a little bit of hole filling. Feels like there's some black bits still showing through. How much do I want to go right up to his face? I almost do, but I kind of don't all at the same time. Yeah, I think that's right. I need to stop. Just stop touching it. I can't help it. Okay, right, we're stopping there. Right, so that's his face mask. What else have we got? We got these shoulder pads. And back plates. We'll get back to that shoulder pad and finish it off, but I've got quite a lot of paint on my brush. It was a bit too much for my liking to go too close on around the edge of the shoulder pad. So just using the paint that's kind of gets stored in the middle of the brush. Okay, so now that I've got a lot less paint and it's easier for me to control, I'll do this bit here. The underside of these. And the trick here is not getting on the purple. I've got this skull in the way as well. There we go. Yeah, sorry, when I concentrate, I go silent. Concentrating too hard. Maybe not too hard. Maybe it's about the right level of concentration, but it doesn't make for great entertainment. But I'm assuming by now you're less here for my ramblings and more here to try and glean a few useful tips from the painting. At least that's the intention. because I'm not much of an entertainer. I'm conscious that this bit's particularly hard for both of us to see. At the same time, okay, I'm looking through his hood, down through that gap to see what I'm doing. Tricksy stuff. Okay, and then it's kind of like a turtle shell almost. It makes me think of Ninja Turtles. Heroes in a half shell, turtle power. I did love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles back in the day. Raphael was always my favourite. I don't know why. I don't know why, but he just was. I liked his size, although I don't think I ever knew they were called that as a kid. It's like the two forks that he carries, that he uses as a weapon. No, wait, that's Michael. Wait, is that Michelangelo who uses size? No, Michelangelo uses nunchucks. Yeah. Raphael uses size. Quarterstaff for Donatello. And actual sword. One sword or two sword? Can't remember how many swords Leonardo uses. Yeah, I was a Raphael fan back in the day. I even had a pet snail called Raphael that I kept in a jam jar with some cling film over the top, and he escaped one day, and that made me sad, and I had no idea where he went. Yeah, so I lost my pet snail. Sad times. Alright, just paint under here. Ridge. Okay, what else we got? Under these mushrooms around this side. I've been umming and ahhing what to do about his bracelets, whether to do them like parts of his armour or as actual kind of metal bracelets. I think I'm going to do them yellow. It's either that or silver. I just kind of, this feels like it's part of the kit, so I'm going to do that one at the very least. The other one could probably get away with being different, but this one just has the look about it, like it's a part of a matching set. I'm gonna have to mix some more up in a minute, I think. Yeah, I gotta do his boots as well. So we'll finish this one and then see how much we've got left. Oops, sorry. Yeah, it's drying quite quickly, this paint. Right, okay. I'm going to mix some more of that colour up and then paint his boots, and then I'll be right back. Right, I've got my new paint mixed up. I've just quickly done his boots. I'm going to do this bracelet, I think. I've been painting it, I'm getting second thoughts, but I've committed now. So it's going yellow. Got a little bit on his cloak there, that's fine. Okay, I'll finish this side. Yes, he's got some armor plates on his waist as well. You can just about see them poking through here. So armor plate here. And one over here. Oh, same other half, the same one hiding under here. That's a really snug fit. And you got this one on this side over here. I've got quite high hopes about how this yellow's going to turn out. So I have to see if, I don't know, if I manage to meet what I'm anticipating. I feel like I should go a bit further around this. I can hear my laptop starting to fire up for some reason. I'm not quite sure why, it's doing an update or something, but that is annoying. Let's just quickly move that in a second. Laptop stop now. Just need a little bit more water in here. Okay, so that's all the armor plates done. The last thing I'm going to do yellow is his crest on his glaive, halberd, staff. I guess it depends on what he has. I feel like in some games I may use him as a Warboss with a great weapon. So I guess then it becomes like a glaive. And in other games, I'll use him as a great shaman, and then it'll be a staff. So, yeah, that's my plans. But I figured it'd look nice if this was painted yellow on the edges, and like silver there. That's my plan. We'll see if it looks any good. I think it will. I think it'll look all right. This guy's going to have quite a lot of yellow on him. And I don't know. There's probably a bit more yellow than I planned on. Like I say, I was planning on doing his bracelets a different colour, silver or bronze. I've decided I don't want any bronze on him though. I was thinking about doing these moons bronze as well, but I think I'll do them silver. Although then they'll be the only thing silver on him. Those moons. Now I've done the bracelets yellow. There we go. I don't know how you feel about hearing my thought process as I'm going. Literally thinking of things and telling you what I'm thinking as I do it. It's quite a fun little process, isn't it? Almost there, but I am almost out of paint also, so let's get it done quick before my paint dries up. Now, I do have to wonder, it's interesting to me that this has gone kind of a green that mixing black and yellow together ended up with this green colour. It's almost very nearly, I reckon, the same colour as I did for the first layer on his skin, which was it Castellan green? It's very close to it. Where's Castellan green? Here we go. It's very, very close to Castellan green, which is pretty interesting. So I may have been able to I probably could have got away with using this green, which is very surprising to me. I did not think that mixing black with yellow would go green. But yeah, I mean, I'm not unhappy with that. Just could have saved myself a little bit of effort, mixing the colour and then remixing it and trying to match it. But yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, that's everything. Yellow, yes, all of the things. Okay, cool, right. Now we're moving up. I'm not going to go all the way to the bright yellow first. I want a kind of halfway house between the two. I just fired. And I realised that was recorded. There we go. Never mind. Everyone farts, you know that. Right, so that would be mega bright. We need a little bit of black to do a slightly darker than this yellow, but not as dark as that. Reminds me of one of the Knack McFeagles, if you've ever read any of the We Free Men series by Terry Pratchett. There's a character called there lots of Knack McFeagles, these little blue fairy, I say fairies loosely, they're like angry Scottish, little blue angry Scotsmen. They're a type of fairy apparently. But there's lots of them called Jock, and they've got Big Jock, Little Jock, Wee Jock, and because there's so many called Jock, there's one who's called not as big as Wee Jock. No, not as big as Jock, but bigger than Wee Jock. Jock, that's his name. Not as big as Jock, but bigger than Wee Jock. Jock. And it just reminded me of that when I was saying I need a yellow that's not as dark as that yellow, but darker than that yellow. That's quite all that to say that. Right, so is this dark enough? How light is that? I need it a little bit darker. I feel I do need it a tad darker. Oh, I'm going to end up doing it really dark again. This is definitely a trouble with doing it too close to that, as I'm picking up plates of the other one. Right, that's loads lighter than that. Okay, this has got to be fine. It's got to be fine. So this one is the one which is going to be left in the recesses of my boots. So in here, where the boots join together. Yeah, this is a fine colour, fine specimen of a colour to be left in these gaps. Because I don't want it too light, but I also don't want it too dark. And this is definitely not too dark. Question is whether it's too light, and we will find out. And then I will probably just get over it, even if it is too light. I say probably loosely. Will I get over it? I don't know. Sometimes I don't get over these things. Right, let's do... Now, the question that I have here is, do I go all the way, touching that part of the boot? I'm not sure. I kind of don't want to. But it may come back to bite me, because it kind of looks like a good difference now, but when we've got the next few layers on, particularly the next layer, I reckon it's going to be too stark a difference. Yeah, because it looks just about okay now, but I am worried that I need another intermediate one between this colour and that colour. Oh well. Let's think. I think I'm probably going to have to fill it in, because it's just that bit too dark. I'm going for it. I'm doing it. There we go, I did it. The concentration, it's audible. And it's in the absence of noise. That is audible concentration that you can hear / not hear. Okay, then I'm doing this side as well. Boom. Took the plunge, did it. Okay, that's that boot. Yeah, the boot's nice and easy, because there's only like a tiny little bit shown in this boot. The rest of it's, I don't have all of this agonising over what to paint and what not to paint. This was nice and straightforward. I just leave a bit of an area around the top where it touches, and leave under the bottom. And that is that basically. That's that one. Boot. Okay. That's all the boots done. Right, let's do his face mask. So for this bit, I'm just leaving the very deepest recesses. Even then they still look a bit too dark, don't they? He'll be all right. Okay, I'm pleased with the colour I used for the first layer, and I am quite pleased with this layer also. So yeah, I'm not going as far into the hood as I did with the first layer. And I'm leaving the very top bit where it goes right to the eyes. I'm not going right into the face like I did with the first layer as well. Just to give it that bit of outline between the two. Under his nose there. Okay, I think that's his face mask done. I need a little bit under his chin. Okay, yes, that's this layer on the face mask. Okay, yeah, I'm quite happy with the shade of yellow, like the way that it's coming up. I think, yeah, this is preferable over the brown for this guy anyway. Let's do this shoulder pad. Now what this layer will end up being, you see all these rivets on his shoulder, this will end up being a shadow around those rings by the time it's done. Rings and the rivets. Gonna need to mix some more of this up though. This will also end up being the shadow in between these plates and the mushrooms. whereas the first layer is like the bit where it joins meets the purple. Okay, that's that shoulder pad done. Let's do his back. His Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle back. Makes me want to call him Donatello. But he's not. He's cool and all, but he's no Donatello. Oh, it was like my favourite cartoon as a kid. Oh no! Got all over the purple there. Just here. So, I don't know if you saw, but I put a sizable amount of water on there to make sure it stayed wet. And then just cleaned it off with the brush. When it's going off camera, that's me putting it in my mouth to get rid of the water on the brush and gradually dry it off. So there we go. Good. That was a spare brush that I had lying around. Just very convenient. Glad it was there. Otherwise, I'd have had to wash this brush to do it. And in the time it takes me to wash the brush, it would have started drying, or would have dried more. There's a hair on there. Can't quite see it. There was a hair on there. I don't know if it's still there or if it's gone. Okay. Let's try this bit again without getting it on the purple. It's good. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with how this yellow is coming out. I know I said that already, but that's just because I'm really pleased. Right, let's mix a little bit more yellow up. That's probably an excessive amount because there's not all that much yellow left to go. But there we are. Right. Oh, that's lots of black. Is that the right shade? Oh, it's a little bit lighter. Still a bit light. Yeah, there we go. Put a little bit of water in. It's about the right shade. Okay, I'm cleaning my brush off so I can just put it on the very tip instead of all over the brush. Okay, the reason I paused there is because I don't think I want to use in this joining piece between this and this. I think I want to use the darker colour because they don't have that much of a join going on. I think maybe, I don't know, but I didn't there. I don't know. We'll see. I want to have the option. I'll paint it without it in the gap. Have a look, see what it looks like, and then if I want to, I can on purpose do it. Whereas it was an accident, and I don't know if it was the right move yet. I need to ponder that. But don't worry, I'll involve you and we can ponder it together. Okay. Oh, this dried up really quick. That's annoying. Oh, there's loads to do actually. I thought I'd mix too much, but as it happens, it's just drying rapidly. Okay, let's do this bracelet. I'm going to have to mix some more in a sec. It's annoying. It's quite tricky to paint inside here. Hopefully you can see it alright. But, yeah, again, I am pleased with how this yellow is coming out. It's not quite the same shade as the yellow I just did, I can tell. But never mind. It's a little bit lighter. I need to get between that mushroom. At least I haven't painted the mushroom yet. I don't know what colour to paint these mushrooms. I am undecided. Obviously that's something I need to decide. Yeah, we'll have to see how the rest of it turns out. I mean, I could paint them black. Black mushrooms could be a thing. Don't know if I like that idea or not. There's blue, there's brown, there's red. White. White. I might go white. And by white I mean kind of like cream. Right, it needs a bit more yellow. How are we looking? Okay. Tell you what, I'm gonna mix the next batch of yellow up. I'm gonna paint his bracelet here, his two plates on the side, and do the yellow on there, and then I'll be back. Alright, I've just finished painting this part of his glaive, and I've done the two side plates and his bracelet. So now we're going to do the next layer. Now I don't think I'm going to go quite up to this yellow as the primary layer, because that is mega bright. So I do think we're going to have a smidge of black in here. Not too much black, maybe less black than that. How does that compare? Yeah, going a little bit more yellow. Okay, I think this is going to be my primary yellow. So it's yellow with a hint of black, just a little hint. Okay, so for this layer, this is going to be on all of it, but leaving the recesses between the plates now. And the rivets. Rivets? Sounds a bit like a frog. Yeah, that's a nice yellow. Not too bright, but actually looks like yellow. So that's good. Yeah, and it was the right move going into the recess here with this. Because that layer that we just did, although it looked like a really bright layer, it was just bright compared to the really dark layer underneath. Yeah, good, good. We're making good choices. I'm happy about them anyway. Alright, yes, I'm feeling good about this layer. You'll have to tell me what you think about these jump cuts. Is that the right term? Where I'm showing you how I'm doing a bit and then telling you what I'm going to do, go away and do it, and then coming back. I feel like that will help to shorten the videos, remove some of the tedium, make them a bit more watchable. Because I'm very conscious that, well, there's two things going on. One, I don't want you to miss interesting things, but two, these videos are really long. Like this one, I actually have no idea how long this one is because now I've filmed it in like 3-4 different parts already, just because of these jump cuts. But I feel like we're on about half an hour, maybe more, probably more, at this stage. Oh, look at this. This is looking beautiful. I am very, very pleased with how this is coming out. I've got it on his staff. Thankfully, I haven't painted the staff properly yet. Just got a base layer on. Yeah, doesn't that look good? I think it looks good. Yeah, I'm very pleased with how that is coming out on his book. Super, super pleased. I couldn't be more pleased right now. Yes, 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 yes. Very happy. Oh, we definitely made the right call. Going into the recess on that. Look at that. That looks nice. Very nice. Okay, good. I don't know if you can tell, but I am happy. Very pleased with that. Not quite so pleased with that little mistake I just made. I went a little bit too high on his leg. Oh, I don't know if I even got any water on the brush then. Just dry. Got a dry brush to clean it off with, but still, that's fine. It's done the job. Okay, yeah, super pleased with that. Right, let's do this boot. My paint's already getting thick. I may have to investigate these wet palettes that I've been hearing about, because I feel like they're designed to remedy the fact that your paint dries up too quick on your palette. So yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, it's not really been an issue. It just is annoying when I have to mix the colour again and try and match it. Mix and match. Is that a thing? Mix and match? Pick and mix is a thing. This is quite a hard gap to get into. Just want it on the very tip of my brush again around here. I don't know if I can even get into that gap. Yeah, gotta do it somehow. There we go. Okay, that's that bit. Good. Need some more water, I think. Oh, that's way too much water. Yeah, way too much water. Right. Let's just paint this bit because it's nice and easy. Yeah, put too much water on there. Right, so I kind of want to show you a lot of this layer. Well, I mean, okay. You know what I'm going for. I'm literally doing that, leaving the recesses. So, for example, I'll paint here and I'll leave these kind of teeth teeth shapes that he's got on there, so I'll leave that recessed. Other than that, I'll paint it all. For the shoulder pad, I'll paint all the shoulder pad. I will do what I've done on these rivets, leave an outline around the rivets. I'm going to leave the indents between each of the plates and the rivets, and that's basically it. And then this, what I'll do is I'll come back on and show you, be doing this bit and this bit, because they'll be quite quick and won't take too long. All right, I need to mix up some more paint. I'll be back in a bit. All right, I've done the face, done the shoulder pad, the bracelet. I've done the back. I'm just working all around. Got this shoulder pad, this bracelet, and the blade to finish off. So thought I'd come back on so you can see the last couple of bits. Don't just miss everything. I've mixed up so much yellow paint. I think it just dries really quick. The yellow paint is a lot thicker than the other paints. So I wonder if that has something to do with it. It's quite thick on my brush too. So yeah, I'm just giving this, leaving a ring around the rivet. Put a bit more on top, I think. Yeah, there we go. That's better. And I'll go underneath here a little bit too. But not quite up to the other plate. Okay, something odd looking about that rivet. I'm not quite sure what it is. That'll do. I need to do the front of this. It is amusing how when we put the previous layer on, it looked really light, and I was so worried that it was going to be too light in the recesses, and now it looks really dark. And we've mixed some black in with this yellow, so this isn't even like pure yellow. But we won't, will we be using that yellow? What do I mix? I might be mixing in white from here. I don't know. I don't know whether I use the, whether the next layer will be the pure yellow, or whether it will be what I've got mixed already with some white added. Undecided. Hopefully I don't have to decide just yet, but I really should decide soon. I think I probably won't decide until I've had a bit of a look at where we're at. I'm pleased with how this yellow's coming out though. It's looking really nice. Looks like I've got some sand stuck to his boot in a few places, but never mind. Can just be some imperfections. I imagine Goblin craftsmanship is always a little bit sketchy anyway. They're not really known for their perfectionism. The concentration was back, can you tell? Okay, how's that looking? Haven't quite gone around far enough down here. Okay, that's looking good. Now it's just the paint on his blade. I'm going to need a little bit of water mixed in with this. Dries really quick. Kind of felt like I should have painted this yellow all over and then done the silver on the top of it. Just because it's looking really dark now in the black bit. But never mind. I'm kind of thinking I don't even want to leave that gap there. Yeah, we can leave it and then see what it looks like, I guess. As it happens, it was the right move to make down here. Probably could have done with a bit more. It'd be alright once we got some more layers on. This is what, the 3rd layer. I'm expecting to have 2 more layers, probably. One of either pure yellow or white mixed in with this yellow. And then one which is another white, lighter layer. Not actual white, but with white mixed in. Yeah, this looks alright. Yeah, that looks quite nice on there. Leave a quick dry in this yellow is. I've got yellow all over my brush, paint all over my brush. And possibly slightly too thin. It is a bit thin. I'm going to have to come back to that, but I think I just need to take some paint off my brush. Yeah, it's quite thin. Went to the opposite extreme now. With the thin paint, it becomes a lot harder to get in the right places if it's too thin. And at risk of, as soon as it goes into a place, it just bleeds along it. So harder to control. But looks better than the thick paint. So, okay, almost done with this yellow. Looking good though. I'm very, very pleased with how it's come out. Oh, sorry, apologies. Don't know how long I was off camera for. Oops. I have a feeling I was off camera for a really long time. I was going to say I'll cut that bit out, but I'm not sure I remember to go and have a look. Okay, yeah, that's looking nice on his glaive. very good. Very nice. Okay, so do we go yellow or white? This might be a little bit too yellow. Yeah, we need white. Yes, that should be about right. So, this is going to be my next layer, and it's going to be kind of around the edges of the things that we've done. That's my intention. So, on his boot, for example, probably a little bit thick. By thick, I don't mean thick, I mean too much on my brush. That's what I mean when I say a little bit thick. A bit too close with that one. There we go. Yeah, so this is a kind of like a highlight around those edges. I should do down here really. So yeah, like that, around those edgy bits, do around the back of his boot. There we are. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do basically all over now. I kind of want to do the bit of boot sticking out, but it's going to be really hard to do. And I've got quite a lot on my brush and I haven't made it flat. There we go. Yeah, there we are. Right, let's do this. Around the edges on here. And on the ridge. Like that. And this ridge. And these edges. A bit too close into the rivet there for my liking. I just realised I wasn't in a good angle on camera. edges of the shoulder pads and do the rivets. Let's hope the boot's dry, because I just put my fingers all over it. Oh no, just got it on his ear. Yeah, it's looking quite nice. Okay, well, I'm going to carry on doing that. I'm going to do the shoulder pad, that bracelet, and that bracelet. Then I'll come back on as I'm finishing off this. How about that? Alright, I'm just going to do his face mask and then his weapon. Just do the edges of his nose. Oops, that was annoying. I'm going to pick out his teeth. Nope. I think I've got too much on my brush. But I'm going to do it again, like the idiot that I am. I'm not quite sure how to do this. That'll do. Yeah, that'll do. Do I like that? No, I don't like that. Yeah, not a huge fan of that. Right, well, that will do on his face. And then on his blade, we'll do the edges up here. Let's see if I can do the edge around here. Yeah, I will do these bits silver where the blade is. I think that'll look good. Find out, I guess. I'm not all that pleased with how this is looking at the moment on the blade. But we'll see how it looks when it's done. Okay, I think that is all of that done. I did the bracelet as well. So, yeah, cool. Alright, one last layer, which is mixing a bit of white in. This should be a lot quicker because I'm not going over everything now. Just doing some of the really raised areas. But this has been quite a long episode, so, but I think it's worth it. Look at how good it looks. So good, so good. I kind of want to do this colour everywhere now because it's coming out really nice. Yeah, that looks good. Good boot. Now, I was intending on doing his teeth. I probably should, but it was hard work doing that last layer. Yeah, to do the tops of these teeth. Yeah, that would probably do it on his teeth. Mainly because it's hard and I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to do it, don't make me do it. Okay. Oops. My back is starting to hurt, and that's making me a little bit grumpy, I think. Alright, we're getting there. We are so nearly done. This layer is so worth it. I love how it looks. Yeah, I'm very pleased with the shade of yellow we went for in the end. In a minute, I'll show you the difference between the two. When I say show you, I haven't looked at it yet, so we will see the difference between what I did on the spearman boss and what we've done on this guy. Making silly mistakes now. I'm getting tired. It's past my bedtime. Probably. I don't know what the time is because I took the clock off the wall. Oh no, I've got someone in his sleeve. I mean, reckless. No. Right, I think that's him more or less done. Where's that bit on his sleeve? There it is. Is that fresh? Yeah, it's fresh. Making lots of silly mistakes. Alright, is he done? Oh. Let's do a little bit on here. Oh, come on. It's too thick on my brush. It wasn't painting properly. Right. Can't believe I'm getting some water on this for this. Okay, come on, we can do this. Down there, yeah. And then on here too. Come on, I'm just making this worse now. Okay, I think I am gonna have to call it there. Call it done. Right, there we go. Right, that is the yellow. I'm saying that is the yellow done, and I am very pleased with how that's come out. It looks particularly nice. Yes, very good. Okay, so let's compare and contrast. So this is a very bright yellow, and I do like it. It came out really well. This is a much more muted yellow, which I also like. And I think they serve different purposes. So, yeah, there we go. I like both. This one is much brighter, a little bit more cartoony. I don't know, I really like my spearman one. But I think this one will suit this guy better, particularly when he's finished. Yeah, it is good. It is good. They're both good in different ways. Cool. All right. There we are. That's the yellow on Grinkrak done. Thanks for watching. Hope that was helpful.